What's up guys, Jay Walia here and welcome to yet another installment of PURA VIDA, and this is a truly special episode of PURA VIDA because I am in Jakarta, Indonesia, sitting here in the very beautiful, very quaint Dayana Tobacco in Hotel Grandika in Jakarta Selatan. And when you're in Jakarta, you know, what better do than to try out an Indonesian cigar featuring tobacco produced in this region itself. And today I'm going to try this out, the Dos Hermanos Premium in Robusto. Coming in at a length of 5.4 inches long by a 48 ring gauge. It's got a beautiful Javanese Basuki wrapper on it. You know, slightly modeled, but very tight seams, some visible veins. The foot is packed neatly. The cap looks alright. It's not the neatest cap I've seen. And of course the filler and binder featuring some of Indonesia's finest tobacco, as well as, rather interestingly, a Brazilian tobacco featuring as well, which I would assume would be Mata Fina. Is produced by Jarum themselves. Now if that name sounds familiar, Jarum of course is known for producing cigarettes. They are one of the biggest brands you will find around when it comes to Indonesian cigarettes. Everyone knows this brand, but maybe not many know that they actually run Dos Hermanos. Yeah, so it's pretty cool actually, and this is handmade. And the amazing thing about Indonesian cigars that I noticed is that a lot of these cigars, almost all are handmade, but they all look machine-made because they are so precise. And you know, I just heard last night from just hanging out with some folks from the cigar business itself that they actually train from rolling cigarettes and then they move on to cigars. So I feel that the attention to detail, you know, when you're rolling something that minuscule, you of course, you know, when you're rolling something much bigger, it tends to be slightly easier. When I say easy, it's not something that you and I can just go out there and do. It takes a lot of experience. Now, of course, the tobacco on this is Basuki, and it's from Java itself. It's from Jember, which is east of Java, and you know, that's like the HQ for a lot of the tobacco. And it is, the cool thing about this type of tobacco is Jember tobacco is unique to Java. It is the indigenous tobacco from Java itself, so tasting the heritage itself. Smoke production on this is insane. It's really mild, and so far it's following along the same vein because the flavor profile is distinctively Indonesian. You get that slight spice on the palate, very slight, and you get a bit of tobacco notes. I know that doesn't scream credibility right there, but there's no better way to describe it. It is a smooth tobacco flavor. Very light spice, but I'm pretty sure it'll start building as the cigar progresses as well. And you're getting very small amounts of cream. So even though the smoke production is ample, the mouthfeel of the smoke itself is rather thin. It's not creamy, it's not thick on the mouth, and there's not much creaminess on the palate as well. For now, these are the only flavor profiles that I'm getting from the first third of the cigar itself. Now, one interesting thing which I've actually just learned from coming here in Jakarta is actually the reason why a lot of Indonesian cigars are so mild is because there's a lack of ligero in the actual construction of the cigar itself. And of course, you know, as you know, ligero is the part of the leaf that gives you the strength, the body of the cigar itself. And the reason for that is not that Indonesia does not produce any ligero, it's because all of the good stuff gets shipped out, you know, to make all of the cigars that you and I love from all of these different sort of big producers from around the world, you know, and that's where it goes. So in Indonesia itself, you know, whatever that's left or some of it that's reserved for the market is what you get here. So that could be one of the possible reasons why it's really mild. You're getting a lot more creaminess on the palate, sort of a dry, woody creaminess. So it's not one of those high-fat creaminess. The smoke texture has actually gotten thicker on the palate. There's a very beautiful sort of vanilla type sweetness just on the finish. It is very, very mild. On the retrohale, you're getting a very herbaceous note, almost like oregano or dried sage. It's not quite floral. I would say it's more along the category of herbaceous, but the flavor profile has transitioned, and I believe that is the effect of the Brazilian either filler or binder that is in the cigar itself, because usually with an Indonesian puro, you don't get as much creaminess, but this got a very nice balanced creamy element to it, which is quite nice, I must say. The element of spice and the trademark Indonesian spice has sort of died down a little more, but you're still getting a very nice sort of clove-like flavor and even a scent on the palate as well as on the nose itself. A very nice amalgamation between the classic Indonesian tobacco flavors as well as what I believe is the Brazilian tobacco influence in the cigar. Very creamy, very, very beautiful, velvety sort of flavor profile on the palate, but also you're getting that lovely Indonesian flavor profile. That clove is starting to stand out a bit more. It's getting a bit more spicy, more akin to white pepper, not black pepper, so that's very enjoyable, I must say. The sweetness has died down a little, and now you are getting that grassiness, and it's a characteristic, I feel, of Indonesian tobacco as well. Very, very nice grassiness just on the finish, so you're not getting the sort of bitter sort of flavor, but you're getting sort of that almost like fresh cut grass, you know, it smells like that as well. I'll see you guys at the next installment of Pura Vida, back in KL of course. Till then, take care and happy smoking. Just before I go, I'm going to show you some clips of this rather quaint lounge right here in Jakarta Selatan, the Dayana Tobacco Lounge itself. Till then, happy smoking and bye bye.